Samsung just released another teaser trailer, and in it they show a little bit more of the Samsung Fold 7 Ultra. Does this give us a clue on what's coming up at the Unpacked event, now confirmed? Let's break it down. So let's start with what we do know. The outer display is going to be getting an upgrade from 6.3 inches that was on the Fold 6 to a 6.5 inch display, and as I said, I believe the teaser that they just dropped really does show how much of a difference that really makes. As you can see on my Fold, let me get some of that stuff off of there. As you can see on my Fold, it's still usable, but the width of the 6.5 inches really takes it out to about where this case is, and that's without a case. And I think that really gets it into normal smartphone territory. And with that, I think that you're going to see, again, a much bigger adoption rate. Now, the inner display is going to be going up to 8.2 inches. For reference, the Fold 6 was a 7.6 inch display, and so that's a pretty good upgrade there. Now, I personally like the Fold's 6's display. It's something that I can easily palm in one hand, and so I'm not sure how much of that will be taken away. Now, I'm a big guy and I got fairly large hands. I'm over 6 feet tall, but I do like this form factor, again, because it makes it easy for me to grip the phone when I want to write with my stylus. I actually am a heavy stylus user, and we'll talk about the stylus coming up in a second, but as a result, it's nice to be able to grip the device and just be able to write on it like a pad. So I hope that with the expansion to 8.2 inches, it doesn't lose that functionality, because I think that's a good feature that I'm not even sure they knew they had. But for big guys like myself, the form factor is perfect. The only thing, again, with the Fold 6 that is a point of concern for me, and it's not even the 6.3 inch display, it's the weight. It is a heavy little biscuit, as I've said before, and you feel it in your pocket. You feel that as you're walking, and that's one of the main reasons I'm looking forward to the Fold 7, is to see exactly what that feels like. Now, speaking of which, the Fold 7 is actually going to go down to about 219 grams is what they're estimating. So that is a considerable decrease in weight. Now, in terms of thickness, you are looking at about 3.9 millimeters. So that is a very, very large decrease from where the Fold 6 was. And you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that in your pocket. And that, I think, is what everybody is waiting for, is to see how well the Fold 7's form factor stacks up against the Oppo N5 in terms of weight and feel. And I think Samsung knows that, and I think that they're going to be coming to deliver on July 9th. Along with the 3.9 millimeter thickness, they are going to be delivering an upgraded hinge, and it's going to be a lot slimmer and is supposed to be a lot more durable. In addition to the hinge, the other big news is that they're going to be getting an upgrade in the glass. They're going to be getting new UTG glass. And I always like improvements in the glass. I know that for me, I can be clumsy at times. And the promise of a stronger glass, a more durable glass, is always good for me. I like seeing the iterations. I like feeling more comfortable with being able to drop my phone, especially a phone this expensive, and feeling more secure that the glass isn't going to shatter into a million pieces like Cinderella's cheap slipper. Now, the other thing that they're going to be delivering are some new colors. And as you can see here, there's already been a couple of the colors released in leaks. And the silver and the red look about the same. But what I'm really digging on is this new blue. I think this new blue glass is, or blue glass, I think this new blue color is a real improvement. I actually went with the black when I purchased mine for the exclusive black, but I ended up putting a navy case on there because I really like the blue color. And I'm really liking the look of this blue as well. And I think it is an improvement over the navy. And so I'm really excited to see how that pans out and what other colors. I believe the exclusive color for the Fold 7 Ultra is going to be a moss green color. And there's rumors about that hasn't been confirmed yet, but I do believe that that's what is going to be announced at the Unpacked event. And there's going to be upgrades to the camera. And I know a lot of people are looking for the 200 megapixel upgrade to the telephoto lens. And I am too. But, you know, honestly, when I've taken pictures on this Fold, I haven't had any problems. Unless you're like a pixel peeper, I don't think that you're going to really notice this. Or if you're a content creator, right, you definitely want Samsung to get to a level where it's like Apple and you feel like you can use your camera to do your own video recordings for your content creation. I think that would be a great plus if Samsung could deliver on that. But for me, myself, when it comes to just taking everyday photos, this doesn't mean too much to me other than a nice to have. The other thing is there's not going to be any UDC camera on the inner display. That's a under display camera. And I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I really like the under display camera on my Fold. It transitions pretty well, so you can see it with the light when it hits it. But right there, you know, it's really easy to miss, and I like that. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that with it not being there this time. As you can see, for comparison, here it is with the camera on the front display, and there's no UDC on the front. And, you know, it's prominent. You can see that. So some people don't like the under display cameras, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan for when I'm working on my big screen. I think it does make a difference. It helps with the immersion for me, and we'll see how that translates once the Fold's released. So I think that about wraps it up for what we're expecting at the Unpacked event. Now, I'm sure there'll be some more little details here and there, but overall, I think Samsung has created a wonderful iteration this time. This is something that really packs a punch and something that I think will see a very high adoption rate as compared to other Fold devices. And it's something that Samsung really needed because they got a little stale there with their iterations. And, I just remembered the S Pen. I almost didn't talk to you guys about that. The S Pen, the Fold 7 Ultra got rid of the digitizer, so that is pretty much confirmed. It's just like with the Fold 6 Special Edition. And in fact, some people have said that, you know, there's a lot of similarities between the Fold 7 Ultra and the Fold 6 Special Edition. I don't agree with that, other than maybe some size statistics with display size, but certainly not with thickness, and certainly not with some of the other features. And one of those is a stylus. So there is new stylus technology that is being developed. The Fold 7 Ultra will release with a brand new kind of stylus. So I'm very interested to see what that's going to be like, what Samsung will deliver in terms of functionality. Now, it's rumored that the stylus is going to be a lot like the Apple Pencil. It will require a separate charging, or maybe they might do some kind of charging like Apple does, where you can attach it to the side and it'll charge off the phone, which I think would be good. The less people have to rummage with cables and such to charge their stylus, the better. So I'm assuming that they probably will do something like that. And so I'm really interested to see what features and functionality come with the new S Pen. Fingers crossed there. Again, like I said, I'm a heavy stylus user. The stylus is one of the main reasons I purchased the Fold as opposed to other foldables. I've gotten every penny out of using my stylus. And if you like to write hand notes, which I do, and you like to write down hand lists, which I do, I honestly believe that writing on the hand is one of the fastest ways to get thoughts out of your head and make them stick. So for me, I'm really looking forward to this announcement. So now that about wraps it up. I think that the Unpacked event is going to deliver on a lot of key features that will make the Samsung Fold 7 Ultra a giant leap forward. I personally can't wait to get my hands on one and play with it, but I guess we'll just have to watch this July 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern to see what Samsung is promising, and we'll keep a light on for it. Please feel free to comment down below what you think is the most important feature that Samsung's announcing this year, or any features that you would like to see in your Fold. And please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. That's all for now, and we'll see you next go round.